I think women have been boxed in, placed in a display case, expected to look pretty, beautiful, perfect, to keep the flame of love alive, while also bringing money home, while also taking care of the children. That unvarnished critique of modern societal pressure didn't come from a sociology lecture, but from global music icon Shakira, who just dropped a definitive reality check on the state of her personal and professional life. Gracing the cover of People magazine in a striking, feather-robed spread in early June 2026, the 49-year-old Colombian powerhouse completely dismantled years of aggressive tabloid speculation regarding her dating life, her maternal journey, and her unmatched football legacy. Moving completely past the raw, revenge pop narrative that defined her recent musical era, the singer firmly shut down any rumors of a new romance, laughing off the idea of a future partner by stating she is currently a busy bee with absolutely zero time or space for a social life, choosing instead to anchor her entire existence around her career and her two growing sons. The core of this latest interview provides an incredibly vulnerable blueprint of how she rebuilt her psychological foundation after the highly publicized, agonizing collapse of her 12-year relationship with former Spanish footballer Gerard Piqué in 2022. Shakira candidly detailed how the absolute monotony of everyday maternal duty became her ultimate saving grace during her darkest emotional periods, explaining that when your entire world implodes, you still have to wake up, pay the bills, prepare breakfast, and physically drive your children to school. Her sons, Milan and Sasha, are framed not as passive bystanders to her celebrity, but as her literal teachers who demonstrated profound resilience as the family relocated across the Atlantic to Miami. This domestic grounding arrives at the exact moment her professional trajectory is hitting unprecedented, historic heights. She is currently preparing to rewrite sports entertainment history on July 19th, co-headlining the inaugural Super Bowl-style FIFA World Cup final halftime show at MetLife Stadium alongside Madonna and BTS, while concurrently donating all royalties from her new tournament anthem, Die Die featuring Burna Boy, directly to global children's education funds. Public reaction across pop culture commentary accounts, feminist lifestyle blogs, and international music forums has been absolutely massive over the last 48 hours, triggering an intense, highly analytical debate about the evolution of post-breakup celebrity narratives. Viral TikTok breakdowns, separating her stunning new promotional visuals from the profound gravity of her quotes, have accumulated tens of millions of views, with the digital space splitting into two dominant conversations. On one side, a massive wave of global endearment is pouring in, with fans fiercely celebrating her transparency as an incredibly refreshing antidote to standard Hollywood toxic positivity, noting that seeing a billionaire mother admit that everyday parenting tasks were what kept her from falling apart is deeply validating for single mothers everywhere. On the flip side, a highly dedicated faction of football and music enthusiasts are completely hyper-focused on her upcoming World Cup milestone, flooding sports subreddits to debate how her philanthropic return to FIFA completely eclipses the legacy of her ex-partner, cementing her permanently as the undisputed, global queen of international sports culture. This rapid escalation from a standard magazine cover into a trending global thesis on modern womanhood exposes a profound truth about the contemporary state of influencer culture and the high-stakes execution of personal branding. For years, the standard celebrity playbook dictated that high-profile women must immediately bounce back from a public betrayal by publicizing a highly manufactured, revenge relationship or projecting an untouchable, emotionless image of corporate perfection. Shakira is executing a brilliant, highly strategic subversion of that exact rigid expectation. By deliberately choosing to proudly claim her lack of a social life and her total dedication to her children, she completely bypasses the superficiality of modern influencer hookup culture. It proves that within the contemporary attention economy, the ultimate display of personal power is no longer proving that you are desired by a new partner, but showing that you are entirely self-fulfilled, financially dominant, and completely in control of your own narrative without needing a relationship to validate your status. The brilliance of this mature, unhurried rollout is a monumental reputational triumph that completely solidifies Shakira's standing as an elite, universally respected statesman of global pop music. In an industry where younger creators frequently overexpose their private lives through chaotic social media live streams or desperate tabloid stunts to maintain relevancy, her willingness to step back, process her trauma privately, and emerge only to discuss world-class artistry and philanthropy is a masterclass in professional longevity. It shapes her public narrative beautifully, shifting her identity entirely away from the exhausting, headline-heavy heartbreak of the past 4 years and placing her firmly back into the cultural stratosphere as a resilient, fiercely independent mogul who values maternal integrity over cheap digital engagement. We must remain exceptionally disciplined in separating the verified, documented facts of this latest interview from the wild, unverified theories currently being generated by anonymous pop culture gossip pipelines. It is a confirmed, undeniable fact that Shakira has explicitly stated she is not looking for a romantic partner, that her children are her central focus, and that her World Cup halftime performance is officially locked in for July. However, viral social media claims suggesting that her explicit focus on raising men of integrity was a highly calculated, legally coordinated public jab aimed directly at Piqué's current domestic situation are completely unverified stories born out of pure internet speculation. Furthermore, online rumors claiming that her World Cup song donation is part of a secretive corporate tax mitigation strategy following her recent legal settlements in Spain remain entirely baseless financial myths that completely misrepresent standard, long-standing international philanthropic structures. The pacing of this public discourse has been remarkably fluid, moving instantly from a celebration of her personal resilience straight into an intense anticipation for her upcoming global stadium tour and historic halftime performance as the summer sports calendar begins to peak. This leaves the broader music and sports entertainment industries with a deeply compelling future impact to observe as the massive global footprint of the 2026 World Cup officially takes over the international landscape over the coming months. With her career currently operating at an absolute peak that directly rivals the success of her early 20s, the upcoming stadium cycle will act as a profound test of her global drawing power. Whether this current chapter of radical independence will permanently redefine how modern female icons navigate high-profile divorces, inspiring a massive shift away from tabloid dependency toward pure corporate and philanthropic autonomy, or if the relentless glare of international media will eventually force her back into the hyper-scrutinized dating arena, is a fascinating dynamic that this summer's historic performance at MetLife Stadium will inevitably begin to reveal.